Afterwards, he moved to a place called Sarwar in Karnataka. There he was there for 6 years. Again, wonderful community there, wonderful teaching activity. And then finally, he's moved now to Greater Noida, near to Delhi, where the wonderful college teaching program is going on. And so many wonderful initiatives have been taken there. Apart from the teaching activity, Prabhuji is also very well known for his teaching ability. He's a wonderful teacher in BIH and MIH, which stand for Vrindavan Institute for Higher Education and Maya Institute for Higher Education, where he teaches the Bhakti Shastras like the Shastri, the Rapa, the cycle course, the teacher training programs, and so many other programs. And having such a busy schedule in teaching and preaching activity and spaces, still he gets some time to deliver the fallen soul like us all over the world to the travels. He travels so many places like in African countries, Kenya, Uganda, Malawi, Botswana, Zambia, South Africa, and Middle East countries like Bahrain, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and first time now he has come to Kuwait also to English. Apart from that, he goes to UK also, and currently he's coming from UK. And he landed 2 o'clock in the morning and went to sleep almost 3:30, 4 o'clock. And we have a first program in America, second program, again we have a third program, we have the 3 programs that is. So let's welcome warmly our core of heart, Prabhuji, and being in Canada for the first time, taking shelter of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And then Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. So we can have a smooth hearing process without interruption. I request all the devotees to please put the mobile out and put it on silent mode. और जिनको हिंदी में श्रवण करना है वो पीछे बैठ सकते हैं। छोटे कृष्ण जी वहां पर धन्यवाद करेंगे जो भी सुनना चाहते हैं। हरे कृष्ण। The devotees who have joined from Greater Noida, the place in India, we welcome them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I think to save time, we can start the class, although we've already done it here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnana-Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Reading from Bhagavad-Gita, 9th chapter, verse number 5. Will you repeat after me or should I just say the verse? Nachamasthani bhutani pashyami yogameshwaram bhutavranna cha bhutasto mamatma bhutavavana. Translation of Prabhupada. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all the living entities and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. But the Lord says that everything is resting on Him. Asthani sarvabhutani. This should not be misunderstood. The Lord is not directly concerned with the maintenance and sustenance of the material manifestation. Sometimes we see a picture of Atlas holding the globe on his shoulders. He seems to be very tired, holding this great earthly bag. Such an image should not be entertained in connection with Krishna's holding this created universe. He says that although everything is resting on him, he is aloof. The planetary systems are floating in space, and the space is the energy of the Supreme Lord. But he is different from space. He is differently situated. Therefore, the Lord says, although they are situated on my inconceivable energy, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am aloof far from them. This is the inconceivable opulence of God. In the Nirukti Vedic dictionary, it is said, Yujyate Nena Durgateshu Karyeshu. The Supreme Lord is performing inconceivably wonderful pastimes, displaying his energy. His person is full of different potent energies, and his determination is itself actual fact. In this way, the personality of God is to be understood. We may think of doing something, but there are so many impediments, and sometimes it is not possible to do as we like. But when Krishna wants to do something, simply by his willing, everything is performed so perfectly that one cannot imagine how it is being done. The Lord explains this fact. Although he is the maintainer and sustainer of the entire material manifestation, he does not touch this material manifestation. Simply by his supreme will, everything is created, everything is sustained, everything is maintained, and everything is annihilated. There is no difference between his mind and himself, because he is absolute spirit. Simultaneously, the Lord is present in everything, yet the common man cannot understand how he is also present. He is different from this material manifestation, yet everything is resting on him. This is explained as Yogam Ishwaram, mystic power of the Supreme Personality of God. Hare Krishna. I hope all of you understand English. Is there anyone who doesn't understand English? आप में से कोई जो इंग्लिश नहीं जानते हैं? Okay. We have translation going on. So Atul is also? No. That means Mataji's are more educated. Anyway. So here, in this section of Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna, by giving his own example, is teaching us some values, how to live a life of a devotee. So first thing what we understand by this verse is the devotee should be detached. Like Krishna is saying, that everything is resting on me, everything is me, but I am aloof. So what is he teaching? First thing for a devotee? Detachment, vairagya. Mahaprabhura bhakta ganera vairagya pradhan jaha dekhi priti haina gaura bhagavan. Said that Mahaprabhu has come to teach this, and if he sees there is detachment in our heart, then he becomes very happy. So that's the first thing we can hear. Second point here is how to see Krishna everywhere. Like he said, Prabhupada is saying, he's everywhere. Of course, he's everywhere. Not that doesn't mean that Krishna has, expanded himself everywhere. Through his energies, he's everywhere. So that is another thing. So let us try to understand how to come into this mood which Krishna is displaying here Everything is created by him, everything rests on him. He is maintaining everyone, he is everywhere, but he's alone. Can you imagine? You make your house, you earn a lot of money here, go back to India, make a big palatial house. Say you take about 4-acre land, 5-acre land just to make your house, and you make a very nice house there, and then just give it to people. Okay, enjoy, right? And to whom? To those who are throwing stones at you. That is what Krishna is doing. He makes this world wonderful facilities for us to enjoy, and he gives this to us. Whom is he giving? We fools who are throwing stones at him, who don't believe him, who don't follow him, and he just gives it. Enjoy. This is detachment, and this detachment comes when you have love. Many times detachment is not based on love, is not perfect. We should have, devotees should have detachment, but detachment based on love for Krishna. Not detachment out of force, right? Like suppose a beggar says, I am going to be detached from today. You don't have anything, what will you be detached? So we should also understand that detachment should be out of love. That you have a lot of things and out of love you're giving everything and say, okay, I'm not like Krishna does. So that is the detachment that is expected from devotees. And when you become detached, then you can see Krishna. Why we are not able to see Krishna everywhere? Krishna is saying here, I am everywhere. We don't see. Do you see Krishna everywhere? Do you earn money and that time you see Krishna? Green notes. Whatever green you have or whatever you have. Blue. So why we don't see Krishna when we earn money? Why we don't see Krishna when we go to enjoy? Why we don't see Krishna when we are doing so many things, watching internet, on social media, trying to see how many likes I got? Why we don't see Krishna? Or even otherwise, right? In fact, when we are standing in front of the deities, we don't see Krishna. Amazing. So how can we see Krishna everywhere? That's an art each devotee should learn. Krishna is here to understand him, that everything is created by him. It's resting. Right now you're sitting on Krishna. Isn't it amazing? Do you believe this or not? Are you sitting on Krishna? Yes? Yes, Krishna is saying everything is resting on. So we are sitting on Krishna. So one side we see his detachment. One side we see that he's everywhere. But what is the most important thing we see in this verse? Love of Krishna. Out of love, he's doing everything for us. He's becoming a floor for us. That my devotees want to be. Where will they stand? Let me become floor. This is love of Krishna. Krishna loves his devotees. So if we want to see Krishna, we need to serve devotees. Without service to devotees, you cannot see Krishna. Very simple. So now Krishna here, we see that out of love, he's doing same thing we see. A small example of it in Mahabharata. When battle was about to begin, the armies were moving towards Kurukshetra. This was on the Kartik Purnima. When Kartik Purnima comes, you should remember this is the day when it's not the day of starting of fighting. Fighting started on which day? Gita Jayanti. That's the day fighting started, right? Krishna spoke Gita and then fighting started. Why are you thinking so much? So it started on Gita Jayanti, but the armies moved on Kartik Purnima. It took 2 months for them to prepare for the battle and then they started fighting. Just imagine 2 months of preparation and 18 days of fighting. Everyone died. So when they started coming up, now all the warriors were coming, people were there glorifying them, Jai, Jai, Jai. And everyone was waiting for Arjun to come, hero of the battle. Everyone knew if we will win because of Arjun. So Arjun was supposed to come, and then Arjun appeared. He came out wearing white dress, and full with armor, everything, and ready to climb up, ready to mount the chariot. Now there were no stairs, there's no steps kept. No, it was not the time where everything was arranged like, okay, Maharaj, he's going to climb the stage to keep something ready. So when he came and he wanted to mount the chariot, he wanted to climb the chariot, Krishna held his hands like this. He made his hands like this. And he said, okay, now legs here and then climb. He provides such facilities, and this is what he's doing for us here. So if you want to see Krishna everywhere, now very important point here, which is being mentioned here, Krishna says, I am everywhere. So how to see Krishna everywhere? First thing, take knowledge about it. If you do not know about Krishna, if you do not read Bhagavad-Gita, you won't know that Krishna is everywhere. So that is the thing Krishna is giving first of all. I am created everything, I am maintaining everything, and I am everywhere. Take this knowledge. Can you stop chanting, Prabhu? And then you can back. All of you, please. We are good at multitasking. We shall sing together. So while hearing, we should. Thank you, Prabhu. And I'm sorry I pointed you out. So, what were we discussing? Knowledge about it. So we take knowledge about Krishna, and that's the first step for seeing Krishna everywhere. But when you take the knowledge, the second step is apply that knowledge in your life. It is not enough just to know everything, know the Shastras, know the Shlokas. There are many people who know the Shlokas better than ISKCON devotees. But then that's not enough if you do not follow that in your life. What is Krishna saying in Bhagavad-Gita? Sarva dharma parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. If you are not doing that, what is the point of speaking so many shlokas? What is the point of knowing all the verses of Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavatam, if you do not follow? So, it is not important, please understand, it is not important that you know the shlokas of the Shastras. It is important that you live the shlokas of the Shastras. That is important. Even if you can live one verse of Bhagavad Gita in your life will be successful. So the second step, first step is to have the knowledge. Second step is to live or imbibe the values we have learned. And the third thing, it is not just enough that you have taken the knowledge, you have implied it. That whatever you have imbibed the values should take you to renunciation. So when you have the knowledge, you live the knowledge, and that living the knowledge will take you to renunciation. Unless you are renounced, you cannot see Krishna because you can only see sense gratification. When you are too attached to enjoyment, what happens? You only see enjoyment. You see people, you want to enjoy. You see situation, you want to enjoy. You see places, you want to enjoy. You see money, you want to enjoy. You see food, you want to enjoy. How will you see Krishna? Change the vision. You see people, you see Krishna. Consider them as servants of Krishna. Consider that Krishna is in everyone's heart. So then you don't see enjoy. You see situations, good or bad, you see Krishna. How? That you know that good situations are mercy of Krishna and bad situation is also mercy of Krishna. Right? Tattenukampa susameshamano bhunjanevatmakritam vipakam ridvagvapurabhi vidhan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaiva. This verse was told in English, you can translate it. Somebody was translating in Hindi. So this is what Brahmaji is saying, that everything is mercy of you're giving everything to your devotees, my Lord. Tat anukampa. Anukampa means mercy. Whatever it is, it's your mercy, good or bad. So that's how we see Krishna. So you see Krishna in people, you see Krishna in situations, you see Krishna in money. When you earn a lot of money, what do? You feel that how can I serve Krishna? Let me utilize it for Krishna. So you start seeing Krishna. And then, so detachment is important. Detachment leads us from sense gratification to Krishna. It's just simple thing, I and me. Right? Now the center of our life is I. We do everything for I. What am I going to get it? What am I going to get it? Bhakti life is from I to Krishna. That's all. What is Krishna going to get out of it? Will Krishna be pleased out of it? So suppose you're doing your normal activities and every activity, before doing everything, you think whether Krishna will be pleased or not. For example, husband and wife are going to fight. Which they fight every day, right? It's not an exact. Who says, how old are you? How old is he? 12, 13, huh? Oh. See, at this age is realization. Thank you, Prabhu. You meet me later. He is a fit candidate. So husband, wife, they are about to fight. If they both think before that, will Krishna be pleased? You're going to do anything wrong, any simple activity, just think, will Krishna be pleased? Stop. You're going to tell something to people abuse someone, shout at someone, chastise someone, just think Krishna will be pleased. So you see, simple thing. I to Krishna. That is our journey. And that happens when you engage yourself in service of others. There's a very nice example of Kanchipurna. Kanchipurna was a disciple of Yamunacharya. Prabhupada has quoted Yamunacharya in Bhagavad-Gita few places. Yadavadi Madhutmo Chitta Krishna Padaravindayo. So Kanchipurna was a very great devotee and he was very famous all over South India. Disciple of Yamunacharya, later he became guru of Ramanujacharya also. So very famous person. He used to offer some service to the deity, Varadaraj. So what was his duty? His duty was to offer chamar. He used to offer that very steady, very nicely. And just by offering that service, he became very close to Varadaraj. Varadaraj started talking to him. And then he became famous in the area. Lord is talking to him. Just imagine if one of you get this power, right? Tomorrow onwards, everyone start doing chamar. Maybe in a desire, Krishna will speak to you. So suppose one of you have, what will happen? Everyone will come to you. Can you ask this? Can you ask the Lord, when will my daughter be married? Can you ask this? So everyone started coming to him asking various questions. Please ask God. Please ask God. So he was a nice person. He was asking the Lord and he was answering their questions. One day, a person came and told him, asked him, please ask Lord, will I go back home after this lifetime? Will I go back to spiritual world, Lord? Please ask. So he went and asked the Lord. The Lord so and so person is asking, will he go back to spiritual world after he has completed this lifetime? So Lord said, yes, tell him, he will definitely come. So he went and he told him, yes, you're going back to God and after this lifetime. Was very happy. But then Kanchipurna developed a desire in his heart. I should also ask whether I'm going or no. It happens now when you're doing for so many people and then what about me, right? So then, but how to ask the Lord? He's serving the Lord, he's very close to the Lord, talking to the Lord, but it's very odd not to ask, so he was not asking. But Lord is Paramatma, he knows everything. So one day he asked Kanchipurna, do you have anything? Want to ask something? He said, no. He said, no. If you have something, any question, anything in your mind, he said, no, nothing, Lord, I'm satisfied. Oh, please tell. So after 2-3 times, it happens when Krishna says 2-3 times, then you have to do. You can't just go on saying arrogantly, no. Like Prahlad Maharaj, Narsingadev was telling him, ask something. Prahlad said, I'm not a merchant. I'm not a businessman that I have done something to you, I should ask. I'm not going to ask. Lord said, no, ask. He said, no, I'm not going to ask. He said, ask for my pleasure. I'll be happy. Now he was caught. You see, a devotee is one who does not ask anything to the Lord. And here the Lord is telling, to please me you ask. What should he do? He'll have to ask, right? He cannot be arrogant. No, even if it is not pleasing you, I'm not going to ask. So what to do now? He was stuck. So what did Prahlad ask? Prahlad said, okay, my dear Lord, if it is for your pleasure, you want me to ask, I will ask. So you see, this is a devotee who does not stick to his things. Okay, I have taken a vow, I will not do this. He's only happy serving the Lord. So he said, okay, if you are okay, if you are pleased, I will ask. And what did he ask? He said, oh my Lord, please remove the desire of asking from my heart. So that I should never ask. So he asked also, he did not ask also. That is a devotee, very intelligent. So here Kanchipurna was thinking, now Lord is asking, so he said, okay. Then he asked Lord, Lord, will I also want to ask that will I, after this lifetime, will I go back home, back to God? And Varadaraj said, no, you will not go. He was shocked. Somebody like Kanchipurna is so close, talking to the Lord, can you imagine he's not going back? Lord said, because you have not served the devotees. See, Krishna is pleased. He says, Aham Bhakta Paradhino. I am subordinate to my devotees. I'm surrendered to my devotees, and you're not serving my devotees. Though you're serving me, but you will not go back. Kanchipurna was doing Chamar Seva. He had only done a half. As soon as he heard the Lord wants me to serve the devotees, not him, he just threw it. He ran away outside. And he went to search for the devotees. He said, I'm going to serve the devotees. But who will take service? He's a sannyasi. Famous person all over South India. People know him. Disciple of Yamunacharya. And a great sannyasi. Suppose a great sannyasi comes to your home, begs, please tell me, can I bring a bottle of water or this or something, or I can do something. Maybe I can clean your house. Maybe I can clean your vessels in the kitchen. Will you say, yes, come. No problem. What will you say? Sannyasi comes. Guru comes. I want to do this. So everyone was, no, Maharaj, how can you're a sannyasi? We are supposed to serve your lotus feet. We cannot do it. He went to many places, many houses. Nobody allowed him. How can he allow? He got tired. Nobody is allowing me to serve. So what he did, he removed his saffron clothes and wore white clothes. The sea. For a sannyasi to do that, it's really difficult unless he comes to places. Why will someone give up saffron? He gave up his danda, he gave up saffron, removed, wore white, just to serve devotees. And he covered his face. And he went to one devotee's house and started serving there, taking care of his cows, cleaning the house, all menial services he was doing. He did not speak a single word because he knew if I speak, people will know, right? Who is he? So he was only, that's answer he was giving. And always face covered so that they don't recognize. And he kept serving for 6 months. And after 6 months, one day he was coming back after serving the cows and it was raining very heavily. So he got all drenched completely. Clothes were all wet. And he had only one set of white clothes because he had all saffron clothes. So he went to his room and then he was changing. He changed his dress white to, he had to do that. He wore saffron then. As soon as he wore saffron and he was changing everything, the owner of the house, he just came in to call him for some work. As he saw, he was shocked. He saw sannyasi. That to Kanchipur, not ordinary sannyasi. What is he doing in his house? He's cleaning everything. He's taking care of the cows. And he fell at his feet and he said, what offense did I do? Why are you doing this? And he said, no, I wanted to serve. So after 6 months, he came back. As he entered the temple, Lord Varadraj told him, now you will come back. So this is how our actions should lead to renunciation. We should follow, as I said, first we take the knowledge, then we follow, and that following should take us to renunciation. And renunciation means service. Renunciation doesn't mean give up everything and sit in Himalayas. Renunciation means service to the devotees. And what should be our mood of service? I was giving this example recently. Ramanujacharya was going with his disciples to another village, another place. And that was the time where you had to walk. Right? You didn't have flights, you didn't have trains, you didn't have buses. Wherever you're going, you will go by walk. That was actually pilgrimage, Tirtha Yatra. Nowadays we do Tirtha Yatra. How? Plane ticket is arranged, accommodation, AC room is booked, and prasadam, everything is there. If not, Govinda is there, obviously. And then everything is taken care at the airport. We'll get down, the vehicle will come to pick us up, everything. And then we say, Maharaj, we have done yatra. What yatra we have done? Tirtha Yatra was earlier time. When a person from village were going for the Tirtha Yatra, if he is going, the whole village will come to see him, pay obeisances. Oh, you're going for yatra. Why? Because they didn't know whether he'll come back or not. Because he's going from the forest, this, that, he may die. And if one person comes back, if he comes back, then again the entire village used to come to take dust of his lotus feet. Wow, such a great personality has done yatra. Right? Of course, this time also you should take, if somebody goes for yatra, comes back, you should take the dust. And at least he has, even by flight, he has done that. No problem. So Ramanujacharya was going, he came to a house, he came to a village, so they wanted to take a rest for the night. So he had 2 disciples in that village. One was very, very rich, the other was very poor. So obviously Ramanujacharya thought, we are, so many of us are here, we don't want to go to the poor person's house, he doesn't have anything. So, why to trouble him? So he sent 2 of his disciples to the rich man's house. Go and tell him. So they reached there and they gave the news. Maharaj has come, Guru Maharaj has come and he is waiting outside, he is about to come. As soon as he heard, this disciple was so happy, he started preparing. He said, make this arrangement, make the house proper, decorate everything, start making prasad. He was so happy, excited that Guru Maharaj is coming. And then these 2 came back to Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya asked, what happened? Did you go and tell him? Said, yes, we told him. So what happened? He's so happy. He's preparing for everything. He's this. Says, okay, but what about you? Did he give you something? He said, no, he was so excited, he forgot. He forgot to offer even a glass of water to us. Ramanujacharya was not happy. He said, we are not going there. We will go to the poor person's house. Come on, all of us. No need to inform. We'll go there. So suddenly they arrived at his house. Now this house, he was Varadacharya, his name was, he was very poor Brahmin. He used to go out in the morning, beg something, drink till afternoon, and then somehow. So that time he had gone out for begging alms. His wife was there only in the house, nobody else. And suddenly she saw Guru Maharaj coming, sannyasis coming, or others, and she welcomed them whatever way she could. You see, when Prabhupada writes in one of the places that when someone comes to your house, you should welcome him in such a way that even if he's an enemy, he should forget the enemy. That should be the way. So when someone comes to house, what is the time? I have next. Till what time? Sure. What is the next program? Okay. Thank you. I like to speak, but when there is time limit, then I have to also think what to speak and not to speak. But if I'm given it, sometimes people say you go on till you want. That's the best time. Then I just go on. I don't worry about the time, right? And now also I'm not worried. The people who are organizing next program, they should be worried. Why should I do So then she welcomes. So when somebody comes to your house, what is the way? First thing is whatever best facilities you have, you offer it to. When he comes, speak some good words, welcome him, give him water, give him a nice place to sit. And then whatever you have with your best thing you offer. Not that the useless things. Like many times people think, if a car is not working, give it to the temple. There are a lot of brahmacharis, they will push it or something. We don't have anyone to push it in our house. Best thing should be given to Krishna. So offer it. And don't forget about Krishna. Even Atithi, if coming, you should give the best thing. And then if you don't have, so at least when somebody comes, offer him good words, sweet words, give him a glass of water, make him sit, give him a nice place. Even if you don't have, suppose you are in such a condition that you don't even have water, then at least offer him some sweet words. Offer him some place to sit. Even if you don't have space to sit, offer him sweet words. And if you cannot offer sweet words also, then you should only cry that I cannot do this much also. So whatever you have with all the capacity, you should worship. So she was like very poor. She made them sit. She said, please, you all sit. I will prepare something for you. She went inside the kitchen and saw nothing was there. They were poor people. He was bringing it daily, and whatever was coming, they were eating and finishing next day again. Actually, this is called depending on Krishna, right? We say that we are depending on Krishna, and we plan for next so many years. If this year this happens, then this will be there. This happens, then this will be there. And where is the dependence on Krishna? Of course, we should keep as per Shastra. I'm not saying that don't keep it. But we should also have dependence on Krishna. So she was thinking now what to do. Nothing is there. This was like Draupadi. When Durvasa Muni came to Draupadi and Yudhishthira Maharaj, yes, please come have prasadam. Thousands of disciples with him, and he should think at least go and ask kitchen department whether it is there or not, ready or not. And then Draupadi, of course, had Akshay Patra. And Krishna came and saved her. But here, it was not like that. So now she thought what to do. So then it came to her mind that there was a very rich merchant who was doing grains, everything he was selling. And he always had a bad eye on her. He always wanted to enjoy with her. So he kept sending messages. Tell her to come to me, I will give so much money. Tell her to come to me, I will give. But she never bothered. She was a very chaste lady. Why should she leave her husband and go and enjoy with someone just for that? So she didn't even bother what he said. But today it came to her mind, let me go to him. So she went to him And this person was shocked, who has been sending message, I want to enjoy with her, tell her to come, and she was not even bothered. She came on her own. And she told, my Guru Maharaj has come. I want grains. I want all the kitchen item. I want the best of the item. You give me and I promise you in the evening I'll come and I'll satisfy you. Just imagine, for a chaste lady to say this, even to say, but she did it just as a service to Guru Maharaj. So Merchant was so happy, he sent everything. And then she made very nice preparations. She offered to all of them. All of them were very happy to see, wow. So they were very satisfied, had everything. By that time, her husband came. So husband also saw Guru has come. He paid obeisances. He said, I'm sorry, I'm not able to serve you, because he knew nothing is there in the house. But they said, what sorry? We had this, we had palak paneer, we had gulab jamun, we had rasmalai, whatever, right? And this person was shocked. What? My house? I don't even have one roti to eat. How is it possible? Went inside. Asked why, what happened? How did you get? So she told that that person was there who was all the time thinking like that, and I wasn't bothered, but today I went to him and I asked. You can imagine the position of the husband. Wife is telling that I'm going in the evening because I have promised him. For Guru Maharaj, I wanted this, so I have promised. Husband was so happy. Husband was in ecstasy, he started dancing. He said, you are the best one. I will, if I go back home, back to Godhead, it will be only because of you. Because of your surrender, because of your devotion to Guru. Then they both came to Ramanujacharya and told him everything. That this has happened, what should we do? And she has promised she'll have to go. So Ramanujacharya said, take Mahaprasad. He gave them Mahaprasad. And he said, take some Mahaprasad for that merchant and go to it. So then they both went. Husband stood outside. He sent wife inside. Wife went inside. The merchant was so happy. Wow, now I can enjoy. And she said, first have this Mahaprasad and then we can, whatever you want, you can do. So while having Mahaprasad, his consciousness changed. Ramanujacharya had sent Mahaprasad. So his consciousness changed and he started thinking, what am I thinking about such a chaste lady? And he begged, by the time he finished prasadam, he begged forgiveness from. He said, I'm so sorry, I was thinking like that. You're such a nice lady. Please forgive me. And they all came, 3 of them, to Ramanujacharya. And of course, Ramanujacharya blessed them. See, this is the power. Who can do such sacrifice just for serving Guru? So this is what the mood should be of service to us. That how we can serve the Guru, the spiritual master, the Vaishnavas. So if we do this, if we are attached to the devotees, what happens is attachment to Krishna increases. And then we can see Krishna. So it is important in our life to understand love of Krishna. He's providing so many facilities to us. Please understand, whatever comes to you is sent by Krishna. But only one reason. He's sending that with all these, we perform bhakti and come back. Don't stay. That is the reason he's sending. That is the reason he's sending facilities. That is the reason he's sending everything to us. Please come. And it is his love that he has given us this world to perform bhakti. This world is not created for enjoyment. This world is meant for performing bhakti. And that is why we have so many troubles in this world. That all the troubles, like Durga is carrying the trident, go back, otherwise I'm going to trouble. That is the service of Durga. She is a Vaishnavi. So her work is give trouble to the people. They should not be happy in this world, because then only they will come back to me, where they will be eternally happy. So Krishna is not forcing us, but he knows that unless you will be there, you cannot be happy. So it is his love given us, and so that we can perfect our life. So the purpose of life should not be just everything belongs to Krishna. Right? First thing which Krishna is saying here, everything is created is by me. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Vastuta sakali tav jive ke hona yaham mama brahmi brahmi bhoge shok bhai. So everything belongs to Krishna. Vastuta sakali tav Krishna, everything is yours. Jive ke hona. You don't have anything, but aham mama brahmi brahmi. We are in this illusion that this is mine, this is me and mine. And because of this, bhoge shoka, we have lamentation and fear in our life. So everything belongs to Krishna. This we have to understand. Srila Prabhupada, you can see in that video, the final lesson. Prabhupada is about to leave his body, microphone is here, Prabhupada is lying down, he's saying, and this is what Prabhupada says, if you remember. Prabhupada says everything belongs to Krishna. One who understands this is Krishna conscious. Krishna consciousness is to understand everything belongs to Krishna. So I always say this, and I conclude today's talk with this, that please remember three things in life always. Number one, everything belongs to Krishna. Number two, he has given us for certain purpose. And number three, he can take it away anytime we wish. So don't be attached, but utilize the thing, whatever we have, in service of Krishna. And that is a perfect way of living a life. And that is how we will be able to see Krishna. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Do we have time for questions? One question.
Hare Krishna. So we have time for one question.
किसी का कोई प्रश्न, आपका कोई प्रश्न है? Anything you want to ask? We have to answer.
A question from Atul. Yes.
Yes. Next, she's asking. Will the mic go there? No. It's not on. Yes.
My question is, how do we know peace with ourselves?
Okay. The question is, how do we know we are doing so many things? How do we know Krishna is pleased or not? He doesn't come in our dreams and tells, okay, I'm बहुत खुश हूँ. Right? Or suddenly that it's not like Sakshi Gopal, where you speak and Krishna starts speaking to you. Right? So how do we know? We know that Krishna is pleased with us. Number one, when our authority is pleased with us. Because authority is representative of Krishna. Second, when we are serving to Krishna, the desire to do more service is coming in our heart. That is the indication that Krishna is pleased with our service. If Krishna is not pleased, you will think service as a burden. But if you are desiring that I need more service, that means sometimes it happens we do certain service, after that, bahut ho gaya. Now we to do that. What is this? I have been in the kitchen for last 10 years. What do these people think? I also want to attend lecture. I also want to do this. So when you think like this, that means Krishna is not pleased. But if you have a more desire, oh, I'm cooking only for 100, let me cook for 1,000, let me cook for 10,000, that means Krishna is pleased with you. So first is authority is pleased. Second, you're getting a desire for more service, that is Krishna pleased. Third is that you are getting attached to the seva and through seva to Krishna. Not just seva. Sometimes we just get attached to seva. I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do other thing. No, you're getting attachment to Krishna. And this material world, there is some detachment. You're losing interest in this material world. So that means Krishna is pleased with your seva. And finally, more and more seva is coming to you. Don't say no. Like means Christians, please send names. Is that okay, ma'am? Any other question? Yes, Prabhuji. You have to on it. Actually, we have a lot of things in common in all our ISKCON center, and one of the common thing is bad sound system. Always the wire is not working, you have to push it. It's all every second. Yes. So after this happened, I thought like I am in my center now. Because there also the same problem. Why doesn't it? Yes.
In that particular shloka 9.5.4, Prabhuji mentioned that there is no difference between lost mind and insect. And we have a difference in our and our material mind. How to understand this?
Because it is very clearly mentioned the material mind. So when we come into this world, we are covered by two bodies, subtle and gross. Subtle body is mind, intelligence, and ego. Gross body is 5 elements. So, excuse me, Hare Krishna, please. No talking. So material mind means the soul is different from the gross and subtle body. It is just covered. So mind is just a covering. It is not soul. Whereas in the case of Krishna, there is no covering on him. The soul itself is body. There is no difference between his body and his mind or his soul, etc. It's one. So that is the reason it is said that there is no difference. And in the liberated stage, for the living entity is also same. We don't have any material covering. The soul itself becomes the body. So then there is no difference between mind and soul. Thank you. Should we stop? Okay, so